What's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the MF Automotive YouTube channel. The Forte model name has been in North America for over a decade now, and in that time period it's made quite a name for itself, making it a key rival against the top competitors in this class, and for good reason. This Korean sedan offers features that are unheard of in this price range, like the ability to opt for power folding mirrors and ventilated seats. For the 2022 model year, however, the Forte nameplate receives minute changes that make all the difference in the form of a new front and rear styling, a larger infotainment display, and most importantly, the newly revised Kia badge. And with some new packaging changes as well. I should mention that changes for the US market may be different from what you see here in Canada. All the new changes made to this Forte will be highlighted in this video. Starting off with the exterior styling, and specifically the front, where the Forte receives more angular styling, especially down below. Granted, this is the GT trim level, so styling cues are a little more pronounced than the quote-unquote run-in-the-mill Forte. The headlights have also been reshaped and unfortunately ditched the projector beam found on the first iteration, which I really liked, in favor of this more conventional LED housing. They do, however, adopt this cool sequential style DRL. Another neat add-on is this small piece of what appears to be aluminum that sits on the trailing edge of the headlight and I believe channels air over it, for aerodynamic purposes I assume. The grille, you may have noticed, is not only narrower, but also features a new single block pattern with red accenting. Some of the bodywork protrudes outwards to add to the overall aggression, and there are some air vents that sit underneath. Whether they are functional are yet to be discovered. Now vertical LED fog lights are now mounted on the inner side of the lower air duct, as opposed to on the outside as before. In the middle we find our radar for our suite of safety assist features, more on this later. Moving on to the side profile, where things are pretty much the same as the 2021 model year vehicle. I'll go as far as to say that nothing on the side has changed. That is aesthetically anyway. The black window trim and door mirrors are carried over, and so are the 18-inch multi-spoke wheels. The Forte already features a clean side profile design and is attributed nicely with a single body line running over the door handles, so nothing new to report. Last but not least, let us talk about the rear, which also receives a new taillight design much like the front. Rather than following the intricate light design of the pre-refresh model, this new design incorporates a simple yet elegant design. The rear trunk lid gets a subtle lip spoiler finished in black with the GT logo instinction staying put. The rear bumper has also been restyled and features smaller turn signal reverse lights. The exhaust pipes are squared off rather than the circular finish of the original, and the rear diffuser has a revised pattern for the GT-specific red trim. With the exterior styling discussed, let us move on to the interior, where changes have been made in the right places. The heavy button cockpit of the Forte may be intimidating to some, but I personally love it. Changes for this year come in the form of a larger infotainment display. The standard offering is an 8-inch unit, which already is a large infotainment display in the realm of things. However, if you fancy something a little bigger, a 10.3-inch screen is now available and features Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard. It's also updated with the latest version of Kia's Yuvo infotainment system. While on the topic of increasing screen sizes, the gauge cluster also receives a bigger display, now measuring 4 inches in diameter. The center console receives some changes, or should I say loses. Notice the absence of the handbrake? Well, it's there, but you no longer get the satisfaction of pulling it every time you put it in park. The rest of the interior remains much of the same as the previous iteration. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Now let's discuss the Forte's technical specifications. The new Forte offers a plethora of driver assist features called DriveWise, which all come together to ensure you drive safely. Some of the new features paired with pre-existing ones include lane following assist, navigation-based adaptive cruise control, forward collision avoidance, and safety exit warning. Powering the Forte under the hood, we find is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque, and is mated to a continuously variable transmission, or CVT for short. This engine is standard across the range except on the GT trim level, which gets an engine specific to that trim level only. a 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine churning out 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. Transmission choices are also plenty on this trim. Buyers have the choice to opt for the 7-speed dual-clutch transmission or between a 6-speed manual transmission. A new multi-link rear suspension is also noteworthy. A release date for this new refreshed Forte has not yet been announced, but I expect it to be, and take this with a grain of salt because it's purely speculation, at the end of this year or maybe in the beginning of the next at most. Pricing has also not been announced at this point, but expected to be released at the same time as all the other information. Well guys, that wraps up my overview of the refreshed 2022 Kia Forte. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.